only the fact that they have veterans too, but they have different types of playstyle on this roster as well that could really help them out. But we'll talk about that in a little bit because we're already ensuing into this pistol round as Asuna drops two from two players pushing aggressively, and that's him and also Dicey moving down towards his hookah ramp to get the two first kills. So that's going to nullify anything from 100 Thieves that are just trying to look for any type of pickoff game. It seems as though they were expecting some kind of push earlier on, as you saw how passively they played, but they still lost that gunfight, and it's not looking good here for Cloud9 to start things off.
You're absolutely right. C9 was there ready for that push. They were absolutely in the positions they needed to be, and they still lost the gunfights. Cloud9 now moving up short. All three players choked up here behind the double stacked boxes. Of course, 100 Thieves know exactly where they are, so this push has been stalled. And it looks like Cloud9 is just going to opt to TP to B. A nice little rotate going over. However, nobody's fooled. Asuna's there, awaiting with the pink shells, ready to dish out towards hookah. Rotation's already coming back towards that bomb site for 100 Thieves, so there's no advantage here for Cloud9. It's going to be a 3-on-3 push in, and Asuna picks up his third. Dicey cleans up a fourth, and now just Vice jumping out of hookah finds one, not able to find the second, and then 100 Thieves.
This is what I like, though, because the first Sova drone that came out from teleporters saw the turret from Mitch, then they fell back into B, then you put an owl drone on the attacker side just to keep them into B, so you could explode into the A side, and they still have to go into a 3-stack, but it's still going to be a late rotate. So a good opening for Cloud9 right now, especially now that they get the entry frag too. So the first one to fall, TenZ is moving in with the Bucky, and that's 1 and 2 to fall, and that's a 5-on-2 to start things off, and it's looking to be a flawless round, at least for now, because that could be the nail in the coffin to force the last two players to save. But we are not done yet with TenZ. He's already at pipes in the defender spawn. As soon as his opponent comes around the corner of Asuna, he comes in with a right click. Another headshot to come through, and now he upgrades. This is such a good gun round. 400 Thieves so far, for Cloud9 so far, as Dicey is stuck with the Bulldog on the top of heaven. He at least gets one for his work, but he's about to get pinched right now towards the end of the round, and it should be the round coming in for Cloud9. That's at least a second kill. Now he's down to 2 HP through the smoke, and that's it. TenZ opening things up.
Long B, maybe a B split. We do still see a Killjoy on the other side of the map, but information games are being played currently. A dash towards elbow, a bold move from TenZ, a little bit of a gamble, just hoping that nobody was over there in that position, but still rock solid over there in Cubby. Nitro and Asuna both chiming in with their own.
Players playing towards A instead, and that's where Cloud9 is working again. They're making a lot of noise, shooting some shots towards the showers as well, so that gives the position of Mitch away. But Steel's in a tight corner, and that's such a hard spot to play.
Wow.
I was looking for that surprise attack and maybe at least die, or at least take one with him before he dies, but that didn't pan out.
I expected a paranoia coming out from Nitro when that alarm bot dropped. I thought that was a nice little setup that they had, and instead Steel just holds the angle, and that is, like you said, that's a little bit of a death trap there. Hunter's Fury coming out from Vice, allowing the short push to come up, and TenZ gets contested, and I don't even know if Nitro was ready for that fight, because TenZ was already through U-Haul, and the site is clear for Cloud9. That's the power of that Hunter's Fury. Vantilli is just pushing the D back.
I think it's also the fact that since Steel died early into round 2, it kind of keeps Nitro guessing as like, okay, well, I'm out of position this time too, because he's out in the open behind Powell. That being said, though, we do have a plant coming through from Cloud9. It's a 5-on-3. Looking to be secured for a third round for the attacker side to tie things up on this first half. As Dicey is looking to retake this, though, he's flown in the air. He gets the first kill into Shinobi, and Asuna chimes in for another kill. But in the end, it's still a 3 versus 1. Asuna looking to clutch it, and Mitch stops him in his tracks, putting a...
They've been duped. They've been bamboozled. C9 doesn't know it yet, but there's a near vacant bomb site. Only 2 players over here. Actually, Nitro will be rotating back in. This will be 3. Dicey's still over there in showers. So the rotations are fine right now for 100 Thieves. They've conceded U-Haul to Cloud9, but on the bomb site now is Relyks wrapping on Nitro. Easy frag there for him, but he will fall to Steel, and Hiko with the Hunter's Fury coming in clutch. Finding one in a Shinobi, now it's a 4-on-3. Cloud9 opting to teleport as an operator chimes in from TenZ. Nice shot from him. But Cloud9 in this 3-on-3 knows there's only 20 seconds left, so they're held up at hookah.
Yeah.
They don't quite know where this player is on B, but the challenge comes down. Asuna whiffs. Does not land his shot to the bomb plant. Should be going down, but paint shells come out. Is it enough? No. Bomb plant comes through. The kill will come out, but it's just Steel now in a 1v2. Vice, TenZ, denying entrance to the bomb site from hookah. TenZ with coming out for 100 Thieves, Vantilli.
And I like how they have the Killjoy turret actually inside hookah. So first they do the frenzy to break the Sova drone, and that turret's not spotted yet. So there's going to be more aggression coming through. A paranoia to retaliate, but that big paranoia is not going to spot the turret either. But shinobi and TenZ are going to work through the teleporter as well as they come through inside Hookah. It's a 2 versus 2. The spike is looking to get planted inside 10. We do have Dicey, it seems as though going in the back of the site, but it's going to be a 1 versus 1. Frenzy versus the Ghost. Low HP versus a healthy shinobi. Dark cover to come out to at least put it halfway, and he is sticking it. Pros don't fake, and it's going to be the round for Cloud9.
Easy for shinobi, finds 3 on the round, sticks the
that they have. So they're going to try to use TenZ with the judge, close range, but he gets pinged out. That's a perfect dark to come through, a recon to take down TenZ, but shinobi is playing another tight angle with the Spectre and Steel reads him like a book. And now that chapter is closed as Relyks chimes back for a trade, make that a second to even up the tally. Now it's going to be a mirror match, and it's going to be Asuna that pulls on top. That allows here a spike plan to go, with the last 2 players looking to rotate from the B side from Cloud9. Things are finally looking a little bit more positive. A little bit of rainbows coming through the clouds here for 100 Thieves. And they're looking to secure this round. Cloud9 working together now from the spawn side. A nice ding from Asuna as Vice falls. That leaves now Mitch. He does have a Phantom to work with, though, so he could still put a lot of firepower in. But Asuna chimes in with the hat trick. He talked about how good point, knowing that there's somebody that went to teleporter, or it could have been a fake Omen teleport, right? We don't really know yet from the point of view of 100 Thieves. And that's going to look to secure it. We have to force him out because of that. And that's very well done. But it's going to be shinobi. He's going to go out of that from the shadows back into the spawn site. And 100 Thieves are still pushing into B. So now they're running into a 4-man stack inside the B site. I don't know how this is going to happen. The Cloud Burst maybe could be the moment of salvation where things slow down for them and they decide to backtrack, but they don't. They still push through the Cloud Burst. Molly's to come out. Dicey with the nice. Dicey going for 2, but TenZ retaliates back with 3 kills of his own. Nitro trying to stay alive as he takes down 1, but then gets eliminated by...
You know, it's not regular that you see Asuna every round working it, but when you have shown your presence there, I wonder whether or not it's worth it to maybe pop some satchels to clear that out. Give yourself a little bit of movement speed to dodge the operator, but forget about that for now. Steel is worked up short with his 100 Thieves cohort. They're pressing the A attack. He misses his shot, that TenZ. Steel collects. Nice shot from him. A decent headshot. Finding a second one. He's cracked open this bomb site for 100 Thieves. Now Nitro finds one of his own. And now a 4-on-2. This retake from Cloud9 is almost as identical to the last round. As I mentioned, this is what 100 Thieves needs. And they're finding that success. Nitro finding his second on the round. Relyks will collect 1 before deciding to bow out. Count his... this is just so tough. Cloud9 is playing so well, man.
We're boomers ourselves, man. Getting 5 hours, 6 hours of sleep before having to go into work the next day. You know, that's a normal thing for us.
True.
Boomers like play until 4 a.m. then you sleep for 14 hours. Yeah,
I don't know. They're showing some strength here. We see TenZ and Relyks cracking ahead.
That's true. That's true. So a 5-on-4. We're moving forward here inside Hookah. There's a little gap into the Cloud Burst as TenZ takes an advantage of that and takes down Hiko. Actually, it seems as though he was on a backstab from teleporter. So we're gonna have a Killjoy ult coming out. This is going to push the defender spawn away, and he does get spawned by Vice in the back of the spawn. But thankfully, that means we have an open site all the way. A counter Hunter's Fury to come through. But it's still going to be the plant coming down with a 5-on-3. And this allows right now 2 players at low HP, moment of salvation for 100 Thieves, where hopefully they have the right crossfire setup. You do have 1 flanking inside the showers area who decides to go towards short. He's going to meet up with his teammates. Steel has to come up huge again, and he does so. He eats a little bit of the silver dart, but he still gets the hat trick. Just like that, it's a 2 versus 2. 2 opponents, low on HP on each side. As we have TenZ moving forward, but the crossfire is still true. Nitro to fall in. Steel once again has to come up huge. He has to go for the ace. It's a dark cover. He's sticking a spike. The knife comes out, and he does not make him taste Steel. He does get the headshot, but the round still comes in for Cloud9.
It's not as though 100 Thieves is completely gone from the bomb site altogether, but TenZ sure to make contact here in just a moment. Gets a flash out from the breach, collects a dink, but it's not enough. Nitro sealing the deal with a headshot from that Ghost. Nice play from him. Relyks able to trade that back out. 4-on-4 now. 100 Thieves forced back out of B. Steel actually, as I say that, finding a nice kill on a Relyks. Hiko finds one of his own, but Mitch with the frenzy,
man.
Pushing at CT, finding 2 of his own. Now it's a 2-on-2. 100 Thieves in retake mode, pushing out of market. Both moving towards that bomb site. Mitch
One enemy
back in boathouse.
One enemy remaining.
Vice will find 1. Dicey will collect the 1v1, and that's a nice pistol round coming out from 100 Thieves. I mean, the fact of the matter is, Cloud9 made a good call to come back towards B. They knew they had manipulated the rotations from 100 Thieves, but this is a great Reyna playground. I think that's a factor. Okay, as I say that, confidently swinging off catwalk is Asuna, and this guy, I mean, he was playing fantastically. Yeah, fantastically on Bind as the Rays. He's leading the charge again with these confident peeks out mid. And there's plenty of reason to believe that this anti-eco will go the way of 100 Thieves, but Cloud9 desperate to at least get some top mid control and maybe find a gun or two, but denied his Dicey. Sorry, not his vice from Dicey. 2 more Bulldog frags coming out. Cloud9 falling 3-0. Asuna
hit this round because they do have weak weaponry right now. I think I still saw an Ares, which is strong enough for the B side if you want to play it there. But as we jump towards the air, TenZ reads Dicey and puts a bullet between his eyes. So that's a 5-on-4. Ult is coming out from the attackers to take control of this B site. But Hiko and Asuna continuing their spree as they drop 2 of their own and through the smoke with a 3rd to fall. That's going to nullify any type of aggression inside B. We're hoping for at least to get a spike plant once again, and we will rather. Now the dart comes through, shock darts as well from Hiko. And I mentioned it before, Hiko is good with those. Asuna sweeps up with the last kill, and we now have 4 unanswered rounds. This is looking great for 100 Thieves to start things off here on this first half, and the same thing on that previous one, though. When I said we had to fight it back versus Cloud9, yes, I know that it was only versus an eco, but you saw how Dicey was pressing forward on the mid side. We saw that triple peak on that, and they're playing it quite well, and it's just a fight back to that position. And there's mid side, they're trying to go for a split. Now it's even up on the 3 versus 3, but there's not much more happening from Cloud9 yet. Yes, they have mid and B main control. They could get into B if they want to, but you still have, actually, yeah, they have 3 ults to work with too. So things are looking actually good for Cloud9 after all, despite the trades that happen early in their positions that are given away.
Yeah, impressed so far with their ability to at least get on the bomb site. Not a full buy, as previously mentioned, so the fact they've already got 2 kills in this round, they're going to get a bomb plan out of it. Cloud9 already
30 seconds left.
Already in a good position to win, despite the odds against them. I mean, they have a breach ult. Yeah, they have a raise ult, and as long as you don't get befallen to shock darts, it's definitely a commanding position. Relyks over here at B main, this is such a dangerous angle. I mean, having to push him off of this, and yeah, the flank will come in. Such a dangerous angle, no matter which way you're coming from, especially when he has that operator in hand. Steel knows he's gonna have to challenge, and he does collect a headshot. That's his second after dropping 10. And suddenly, this is very much 100 Thieves round. Steel dominating. 3 beautiful retake frags coming in from the killjoy of 100 Thieves, and now Cloud9, this conversation goes from being, oh, 100 Thieves is looking good, and moment. They being 100 Thieves, know that Cloud9 is poised to come out here, so the rotators are already here for 100 Thieves. Albeit not completely into the bomb site. The A push comes out, Dicey finds the first onto Shinobi. 4 members of Cloud9 now on A bomb site, will be putting down the spike.
Spike planted.
100 Thieves in full retake mode, man, Tilly.
Yeah. Even at this point, it's only now that you see Steel rotating back to the A side because he was still expecting Relyks to actually get into the site. But Relyks finally are into B for a lurk, but they finally push in as a team towards this A main. This might be it for Cloud9. It's like, okay, well, these splits don't work. Let's just work as a team. And they overtake the site now that they're dispatching 100 Thieves. We do have a big plan from Asuna, though. He's able to put one out. The turret comes out as well, but Steel's on low HP. Now Asuna is just going to try to make this expensive. He's already on the site. He's actually... I thought he was sticking it.
He was sticking it. He was.
I didn't see the bar come out, though, so that's why. But then Relyks came. Despite him dying towards that garden side, they had 2 players there with him and also Nitro, just to make sure that it's going to go off, just to waste a lot of time here for Cloud9, for them to try to execute into the site, and that allowed the moment for Dicey to go for that backstab, too. So that was beautiful for 100 Thieves. Big hold, and now it's just going to be 100 Thieves continuing to move forward as we have the eco for Cloud9, and still pressing forward are the defenders on the A side, getting the wins on these 1 versus 1s. And now you're just going to try to get into the site with the last 3 players. Long range from Hiko, fully blinded. Relyks gets the kill with this, with the frenzy. But he's not able to pick up the rifle because it's too far left behind towards that spawn. He doesn't know if there's anybody there or not. Steel's playing as fast as possible. This is perfect. And now you only have 1 more to go. And he's going to drop towards that B main, courtesy of Knight.
Scoreline against Cloud9. this is unprecedented in the sense that, you know, 100 Thieves is absolutely playing at the skill level of Cloud9 now, and the fast push comes in. Asuna picks up one, but Mitch has already claimed a frag on the Nitro, so this dance around at B main will go the way of Vice. Dicey over there at Boathouse is able to get one, but not before being forced off the angle by that breach, and I wonder whether or not Cloud9 is even going to get access to this bomb site. Maybe they double back instead, because it's a 2-on-3 now. 100 Thieves, yeah, 100 Thieves is rotated in, so Hiko is closest at the defender spawn. But he hasn't made contact quite yet. Here it comes now. Will he be traded out? No, the movement has already gone towards B. So there's a 2-on-2 here at the B bomb site, and they do not realize where Dicey's position is, and they haven't cleared him out, and he gets both. Oh my god. Wow. 100 Thieves looking.
Not discrediting Cloud9 yet. This is their map pick. Now they had the defender side too. This pistol round is also crucial as much as it is for 100 Thieves than it is for Cloud9, and they are pushing straight into the garden, and it starts off really well for 100 Thieves. They're looking to pinch into the side as well, but a backstab coming from mid. Nitro does his job. He takes one with him, and that makes it a 4 versus 3. They're pushing back towards spawn side. Mitch is waiting for them, and it's Mitch with a frenzy. He's going to be the one dancing in the back of the B side now, as the rest of 100 Thieves are pressing forward. Alarm bar, and also the turret seals the deal, but there's still one lurking towards the back of the mid side, and that's going to be Hiko. He falls from TenZ back to a 3 versus 3. Nano swarms to come out to waste some time, and Mitch is playing the full house. One person, make that 2 people low HP, make that 2 people dead, and Mitch is still holding his ground. Finally steal on a 3 versus 1 for an attempt of a clutch. He does still have a spike, still has 30 seconds as well, which is why he's okay to move forward and try to get this fight. The wall bang, 2 bullets left. He has no idea where TenZ is at. TenZ is at the sidewalk right now, and he's looking to run back towards the defender spawn. They spot each other. He runs away. Does TenZ have the dash? He does. He's chasing after him around the corner, and TenZ wins the fight. A long-range frenzy with the headshot and towards mid side, and he's looking for that flank. This is not looking good here for 100 Thieves into this round. There is that kill. And is that going to be the cue now for 100 Thieves to just execute inside this B site? Indeed it is. The first smoke to come out. Asuna charging the lead at the point inside B. He's trying to clear it out towards that staircase side, but Vice is in the back of that goal house, aims down the site, and that's a burst to the face. 5-on-3 now as the other 3 players are rushing all the way through spawn, and they're going to try to flank back towards the garden, where Dicey gets the kill onto TenZ on the rotation, but Relyks is still alive here at the A side. They are losing players one by one, but they are also losing time for 100 Thieves. They are now rushing in, and Relyks hits the rocket. Could this be it right now for 100 Thieves in this round? Next onto 1. 5 seconds left, and that is no time, as he was able to drop the spike carrier as well.
Exactly, looking that great, especially if they lose here. So the knives get brought out by Dicey on 100 Thieves, and he will fall immediately to TenZ over there at that wine position. So A main hotly contested. 100 Thieves yielding now. TenZ presses forward, finds one on a steal. And although, like I said, this is a light buy coming out from 100 Thieves. This is very nearly an eco. And TenZ eats them all up. They're dominating, but the individual plays and the skill that we're seeing out of 100 Thieves across the board is nothing but good news. The fact that we're seeing Steel, who only, I would say, like, relatively recently transitioned to Valorant, performing the way he is, impressive. TenZ with huge kills over B main and a 3rd pressing forward. He is unstoppable when he has these knives out at times, and there it is on firm display. And Mitch cleans it up. 12-6, Cloud9 showing signs of...
So they pretty much have A and B on lock, or even mid side, depending whoever wants to opt anywhere they want. So this is going to make things a lot harder for 100 Thieves to take control of this area. So Nitro is going to have to come up with something to adapt versus his 2-operator setup.
And the cat split comes out. Asuna with a great kill on a Relyks to crack the site open. Mitch finding one into Asuna, though, immediately shutting down that a little bit of aggression that I just highlighted. And unfortunately for 100 Thieves, the push has slowed. C9 does have players in this bomb site, but they crept right by Shinobi, so he's effectively negated. Everything that I just said is wrong. That was a beautiful play from 100 Thieves to bypass that defense and just basically get in their face. Wow, 100 Thieves now. 3-on-2. Cloud9 not out of it yet. Player over there at Heaven, that is Mitch with the operator. Doesn't find the angle. Takes some damage. Has to retreat off the angle.
Left.
And now, 100 Thieves with 30 seconds. They're going to wrap this round up, I imagine, as this is now a 1-on-3 for Mitch. And he's at half HP. The bomb's getting, or the spike's getting planted. That's going to be it. 100 Thieves with it. They're going to go with the Killjoy here on a Mitch, which I think they've stuck with for a while now. And I think for 100 Thieves, the challenge is, you know, do you get an early start? Do you get an early lead on your defense as you did on Ascent? And Mitch starting things out strong here for Cloud9 with an early pick at B main against 100 Thieves and already into the action now on the pistol, Van Silly.
Yeah, you definitely do, right? You wanted to see if they wanted to go aggressive. Actually, it was 100 Thieves that went aggressive by pushing towards that B main. Then now it's in terms of Cloud9 to push back. They go through the vents. It's going to be TenZ playing as Arena as they're pushing inside the A site. And you see that breach now being picked by Hiko for this attempt of a retake. But we have 4 players of Cloud9 all the way towards A heaven, and we have 1 walking back towards the site. And as he comes out of the shadows, it's going to be Steel that pops him in the face. But in the end, it's still going to be a 3-man advantage for Cloud9 as they move inside that site. Spike is planted for heaven on top of that too, so it's going to be such a hard play for Asuna, who still manages to get 1 frag onto TenZ. Now here comes that turret that spots him, a double peek right after, and Mitch once again.
Of impact. It's going to play a factor here. Early aggression, though, gets punished this time by Relyks. They're wise to it. Asuna falls.
Yep.
5-on-4 now. Split is it's a little bit difficult to come back into these rounds as defenders sometimes because the personnel to do it isn't there, but we already have 3 players from 100 Thieves over here towards the B bomb site. So if a B split does come in, they will be ready, Van Silly. And seems like it's due any moment now.
You adapt quickly there for Cloud9, right? That is the 3rd round in a row. You're trying to take pressure towards this garage, and they got caught on that 2nd time, but this time it was a flashpoint to enable all of Cloud9 and try to get into the site, but they're still holding their grounds. Not anymore, though. They all fall. Nitro is going to be the last one to go. As he's rotating back here from ropes. He's on a 2 versus 1, so it could still be a doable fight here if you get a kill right away. Thing is, though, he doesn't have any information whatsoever, with the exception of the spike being planted. Somebody's going to be in the vicinity, but now too much time has passed where that person could be anywhere across this B site. And it's a big crossfire setup, and a tag to come forward from TenZ to start things off at the garage side, where Nitro is trying to capitalize it back. Paranoid to try to regain control of the site. Goes for the shadow step inside his dark cover. But Shinobi was on that crossfire in towards pillar, where you're going to hide behind that little box, which the fault line was perfectly guessed at that point by Hiko to continue to waste that time down, go with the aftershock while he's stunned, and get that kill. Perfect use, of the kit from Breach. Now for this round, Dicey does get the opening frag onto TenZ. Star fragger for Cloud9, but the 2nd star fragger trades it back here onto the A ramp. Nitro falls. A 4 versus 4 as Asuna is pushed back from paint shells, but they already have rotated towards the A side with nobody playing towards B, actually. But Asuna and Steel still capitalizes on 2 kills. They're trying to rotate back towards this rope, towards the B, and an aftershock forces Mitch to come up the ropes, but he comes up as a surprise jack in a box. Steel falls, and it's going to be a 3 versus 2. He makes it a 2 versus 1 after he falls from the hands of Hiko. Twice, flashpoint in the air, 1 versus 1, 10 seconds left on the clock. Hiko's playing this smart. Let's just hold the off angle. There's only 6 seconds left, and he manages to win that fight. I mean, Vice.
2 players are already through, but there is I believe it's a nano swarm delaying them. Mitch does get 1 on the Nitro after being traded out, so 4-on-4 now. The bomb plant will come in, and we do have, a Killjoy ultimate getting placed by Cloud9, and you have a Rolling Thunder on your breach. So this is a very winnable situation for Cloud9 on an Eco. Mitch picking up the Phantom, finding 1 into Dicey, and 100 Thieves might just opt to save here. No, just waiting for the Killjoy ult, waiting their timeout. Asuna presses in towards screens. They do not have ramp control. Mitch in full possession. This is going to be a tough retake. Even with an ally Killjoy, the Rolling Thunder's going to stall them. So for 100 Thieves, great to bait out the Rolling Thunder, but this is a very, very unlikely round for 100 Thieves here, yeah. Nice shot from Hiko. See if he can at least get these weapons out of their hands. Valiant effort. Nice round from...
As Cloud9 have had good results on this map before. And looks like they are thinking that there is somebody playing in the back of the site. And as Asuna comes through, he comes through 2 players, but still Dicey comes back for the trade.
Unable to get the nade out there on site. Unfortunate. So the trade does fall, like you said, 4-on-4, and the pressure is immediate from Cloud9. They do not want to wait to retake this. Already in the bomb site, TenZ, Shinobi finding 1 apiece. A 2nd shorty frag from TenZ. The defuse is coming through, and now it's just stealing a 1v3. I don't think there's any way he's going to get this done. He's over there in heaven. Yeah. Trying to take a long-range battle. Not going to happen. Cloud9's most part.
Yeah, but they don't want to continue into the heaven side. They actually played it back into a tight angle. The Lear comes out, but the Frenzy does ring, and Asuna trades it back, so it's a 1-minute advantage for 100 Thieves. They could upgrade into these weapons. They could still decide to switch back to ropes into B main, because you still have somebody lurking towards that B main. But unfortunately, Steel has fallen towards, it seems as though towards that B main. Yes, indeed. And now it's Nitro looking back towards this heaven side smoke.
I'm not sure I mind that they tried to retake the top of A ramp there, but questionable to not clear the corner. Unfortunate.
Yeah.
But 8-6, 3-on-3 on this kind of a round. Cloud9 definitely still has the advantage, and this is going to be tough for 100 Thieves to get the bomb down. Okay, Relyks finding one in Austin, and that kind of tells that story succinctly. Quick frag going his way, another one onto Nitro, and it's just Hiko now. He actually collects the ultimate orb for his troubles, so consolation prize there. If he can collect the plant and a death, he'll have his ultimate in the next round. Doesn't quite get that far, but he's only
try to dash in, get the flashes, but the crossfire is still there for Cloud9. This is a big test for them to see if they can get into a site, get a pulse plant position without having to use any ultimates, and it starts with a body peek and a wall bang from Vice.
And Cloud9 has the perfect setup for whatever gimmick play 100 Thieves just came out with. Unfortunately for them, each aspect of this approach has been shut down and locked down by Cloud9. The kills just come one after another, and suddenly Nitro's alone in heaven. That was a perfect...
Until all 5 of them died. So they were all in separate positions, looking for a very set explosive play towards the site. But when that happens, where the plan is spoiled from the first kill, it just doesn't pan out for them to adapt with a 4-man push in the end, because they just got picked one by one.
An unfortunate fight there for TenZ. I think he maybe thought members of 100 Thieves at mid there, including Asuna, had been pushed back by that flashbang, but I believe the Omen smoke ate it. I don't think it came through.
Yeah.
So no one was blind. They were ready for it. The Rain of Flash did nothing. And now the 100 Thieves push towards B is against a weakened and abandoned bomb site. There are players over in Hell and Heaven, but the overall approach is wide open. They exploit that immediately. There are 3 players in the bomb site, 2 over in Heaven, and this is a 100 Thieves bomb site through and through. Cloud9, if you just check the minimap. Optional rotators, so they haven't clued in on it yet. They've got to know now. There's TenZ moving over quickly, but 100 Thieves is already making their advance up A ramp. And the A hit is on.
30 seconds left.
Empress gets popped by TenZ. 25 seconds remaining on the clock. The A push is coming now.
Huge.
Pushing through that elbow position, and the screen smoke is TenZ with his Empress out. Asuna had no chance. Relyks and TenZ with a firing squad on site. Collecting one after another, and this should be GG. And there it is. Relyks rocket jumping to victory, 13-8. Cloud9